Alright, hey everybody. Today we are looking at Pearl Jam's debut album, 10, released in 1991. I actually just got this the other day, so it's still in the shrink, and I'm going to rip that off for you. Please don't cry. I know this is a hot topic among record collectors, whether they should take the shrink off or not. But I've done it, and here I am doing it for you. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll crinkle some of the plastic for you. Alright, put that down. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite of their albums. Here I am just showing basically the cover art, the side, the spine of it. And in a minute here I'll show you the back. Yeah, there's the back, track listing. Let's see. Probably Alive is my favorite song. This album, a lot of the songs off this album were songs that I started playing when I first picked up the drums. And so I have quite good memories of playing Alive and basically the first whole side, just learning those on drums. Even Flow, Once, Black, Jeremy. Side 2 I basically didn't even bother listening to until who knows when, years later, but honestly, the whole album is really amazing. So definitely highly recommend it. Alright, now I'm going to take the record out here. I'll show you what's inside. I put the record, I already took it out and put it in its own little plastic sleeve, because paper, I found, just puts dust on the record and could scratch it. Here's the sleeve that came with the record. I will go into more detail on that later. I'll read everything and show you some of the pictures that are on it. But yeah, I'll leave that there. Alright, here's the record. Take it out gently. Alright, here's the A side. The better side, in my opinion, but they're both good. They're both good. And there's the B side. B side, to be honest, I'm really not. I'm still not too familiar with a few of the songs. I really love the first song and the last song on the B side, but I really am not familiar with the middle three. There's some of the nice shine. Check out that shine. At the time of recording this, I hadn't even played it yet, so this is fresh vinyl. I'll play it later on in the video, though, for you. Alright, let me put it back. As I'm putting it back, I think we're going to get to looking at the back of the inner sleeve, and I'll read everything that's on it. I really love when inner sleeves help, like the lyric sheets, even though I'm pretty sure these are, not the original sheets of paper that the lyrics were written on. But anyway, let's get into reading all the little info on the back. So, it's produced by Pearl Jam and Rick Parashar, mixed by Tim Palmer for World's End America Inc. Additional engineering by Dave Hillis and Don Gilmore and Adrian Moore. Recorded at London Bridge Studios in Seattle through March and April of 91. Mixed at Ridge Farm Studios in Dorking, England, June of 91. And mastered in 08. Drums were by Dave. I don't know their last names, except for, of course, Eddie Vedder. Additional players, Rick Parashar, piano, organ, percussion. Walter Gray on cello, Tim Palmer on the fire extinguisher and the pepper shaker. All lyrics by Eddie Vedder. And then on top of that, for once, Gossard, Even Flow Gossard, Alive Gossard, Why Go, Ament, Black Gossard, Jeremy, Ament, Oceans, Vedder, Gossard, and Ament, Porch, just Eddie Vedder, Garden, Gossard, Ament, Deep, Gossard, and Ament, Release, Vedder, Gossard, Ament, McCready, and Cruisen. Don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly, but hopefully. Kelly Curtis Management, Michael Goldstone A&R, Richard Lear Attorney, Don Muller Agent, Triad, Jeff Ament Art Direction and Concept, Risa Zaitchek, Lisa Sparagano Design, Lance Mercer Photos, Steve Pitstick, and Eddie Vedder for additional art. And then here's all the thank yous. Kelly and Peggy Curtis, Michael Goldstone, Jack Irons of Red Hot Chili Peppers, who's the original drummer, Tal Getling, Richard Lear, Michelle Anthony, Richard Griffiths, Dave Glue, Debbie. Alright, you know what? We'll skip some of those. I guess I was going too quick. Let's do the family thanks. Angel Beth, Mother Vedder, Brothers Muller, Sister Parrish, Edward Louis Severson II, and Great Grandma Pearl, George Penny, and Ament Crew. It could be Ament, honestly. I don't know their last names. Barry, Roy, Luis, and McCready family. Dave, Carolyn, Starr, Shelley, and Eleanor Gossard. Carol, Jay, Larry, and Cheryl Cruisen. That's the family thanks. And then additional instruments. Jeff Ament plays Hamer 12-string, 8-string, and fretless basses. Stone Gossard plays Gibson guitars. McCready, well, you know what? I guess we're never gonna know. Here, I have it right in front of me, I could tell you. McCready plays Fender guitars, and then Dave Cruisen plays Vic Firth sticks and Sabian cymbals. So I'm just going to go through all of the pictures. I think I'll read the first paragraph of Jeremy, because this, I think, is my favorite song on the album. And then I'll just go through. So, here. At home, drawing, well, here, before I read it, maybe you guys can visualize or think of the song as I'm reading it. Try and enjoy it, I guess. At home, drawing pictures of mountaintops with him on top, lemon yellow sun, arms raised in a V, dead lay in pools of maroon below. Daddy didn't give attention to the fact that Mommy didn't care. King Jeremy the Wicked ruled his world. Interesting. It's really interesting. I feel like I don't listen, or like I listen to the lyrics, but they never really like stick, or I don't really bother to listen for the deeper meaning most of the time. But this song is pretty impactful, so I don't know why this one sticks out at me out of the whole album, but I just really love the bass line and everything. So yes, hold on, let me flip the sleeve, and I'll show you all of the up-close details of the other lyric sheets of all the songs. And you can enjoy that, and while you enjoy that, I think I'm going to read, here's a little description of, I think I'll read the description of Once, This is from Kerrang.com by George Garner. This is just like it's just like an essay about all the songs. So here's the paragraph on the title, the first track, Once. One of the most interesting things about the legitimately perfect album that is 10 is that its creators were not convinced that it was all that perfect, actually. And so in 2009, Pearl Jam reissued their debut with an all-new remastered and remixed version by their long-term collaborator Brendan O'Brien, who also, I'm pretty sure, engineered the Red Hot Chili Peppers album Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and probably a ton more. That's just the only one that I'm familiar with, but he's pretty well known. Somewhere in the late 90s, I found a rough mixtape of 10, explained bassist Jeff Ament in the official Pearl Jam 20th anniversary book. I started playing it on cassette, and that's when I started saying, we have to remix 10. It would usually happen after we'd been in a club or something and we'd hear a song from it. I was like, oh, this is killing me. While the 09 reissue came with the original version produced by Rick Parashar, the new Brendan take on 10 gave it a much sharper sound. One of the biggest beneficiaries of this process was album opener Once, which was one of the 3 songs to first be given. Let me read that again. Which was one of the 3 songs to be first given the Brendan treatment on 04 Greatest Hits Collection Rearview Mirror. As you can see, I'm putting it all back. And I'm going to cut to the record playing on the turntable, and I'll read a review. But let me just finish this. Last sentence. One of the heaviest, most frenzied Pearl Jam entries suddenly sounded even bigger and better. So this seems more like a description of the remix version, but honestly, I'm not that much of a fan of that one. I think I like the original sound. It's more nostalgic to me when I listen to this version that I'm showing you here. But they're both good. Alright, so now I'm going to play the record on the turntable, and I'll read a couple reviews. I'll try and find a review from the time of release, but most likely it'll be from, later, probably the mid-2010s, honestly. But, yeah, hope you enjoy. Be right back. Alright, we're back. I got some reviews. This first review is by Steve Huey of All Music Review. Well, it's just All Music, it's a website. But the All Music Review by Steve Huey. Nirvana's Nevermind may have been the album that broke grunge and alternative rock into the mainstream, but there's no overestimating the role that Pearl Jam's 10 played in keeping them there. Nirvana's appeal may have been huge, but it wasn't universal. Rock radio still viewed them as too raw and punky, and some hard rock fans dismissed them as weird misfits. In retrospect, it's easy to see why Pearl Jam clicked with a mass audience. They weren't as metallic as Alice in Chains or Soundgarden, and of Seattle's Big Four, their sound owed the greatest debt to classic rock. With its intricately arranged guitar textures and expansive harmonic vocabulary, 10 especially recalled Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin. But those touchstones might not have been immediately apparent, since aside from Mike McCready's Clapton-Hendrix-style leads, every trace of blues influence has been completely stripped from the band's sound. Though they rock hard, Pearl Jam is too anti-star to swagger, too self-aware to puncture the album's air of gravity. Pearl Jam tackles weighty topics: abortion, homelessness, childhood traumas, gun violence, rigorous introspection, with an earnest zeal, unmatched since mid-80s U2, whose anthemic sound they frequently strive for. Similarly, Eddie Vedder's impressionistic lyrics often make their greatest impact through the passionate commitment of his delivery rather than concrete meaning. His voice had a highly distinctive timbre that perfectly fit the album's warm, rich sound, and that's part of the key. No matter how cathartic 10's tersely titled songs got, they were never abrasive enough to affect the album's accessibility. 10 also benefited from a long gestation period during which the band honed the material into this tightly focused form. The result is a flawlessly crafted hard rock masterpiece. Pretty good. I would agree. I guess I never thought of it as being taking mostly from classic rock, but I guess that does make sense. I remember hearing a demo of the album before they were called Pearl Jam, and it was a lot funkier. It would be so cool to hear how that would have sounded if they kept that style, but definitely not complaining. I really like the style of grunge that we got, so. But either way, if you have the time, I definitely look it up. It's on YouTube, just like Pearl Jam 10 demos. Or you could look up the original name of the band, which is Mookie Blaylock, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here it is on the next review. Mookie Blaylock. If you type that in and just like 10 demos or something, you might find it. Okay, here is, I'll just read a paragraph. This is off a review from classicrockreview.com, and this is just a little anecdote about the recording. According to the band members, Even Flow was an extremely difficult song to record, taking up to 75 to 100 attempts to capture effectively. This result, however, is another classic, vocally driven song with a great hook during chorus and a heavy funk riff by Gossard. The song nearly fades away during the lead bridge before coming back with a vengeance in another outro crescendo. Vedder's lyrics describe his experience of being a homeless man and panhandler. The song was released as the second single from 10 and peaked at number 3 on the mainstream rock charts. I totally, that never even clicked with me about the meaning of that song. I wonder if that's just a story or if that's real, if he was homeless. I'm going to do some research actually after this because I'm pretty curious. Yeah, I think that's all the time I have though. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I really love this album. I love a lot of albums, but I think from this genre, like grunge, this is definitely like the top 3. It might be the number 1, honestly, because I love Nirvana, but I feel like personally this album means more to me. So yeah, I love this album. Yeah, enjoy guys. Bye.